Mozambique stretches for over 2,000 kilometers along the eastern shores of southern Africa. The country is populated by 16 million predominantly rural people. Before war in Mozambique, the country received more tourists than South Africa and then Rhodesia combined. In 1964, Mozambique began its colonial war against Portugal. This was the beginning of the end of the country's once flourishing tourism trade. Mozambique, under the Soviet-backed Frelimo government, received independence in 1975. Peace did not last long in the one-party socialist state. A bloody civil war erupted soon after independence when Renamo, as a proponent of Western free market economy and multi-party democracy, emerged. The civil war put an end to the country's already declining tourism industry. Today, Mozambique's economy is stagnated. Crippled by two bloody wars, the country is on its knees and her people impoverished. Mozambique has the lowest per capita income in the world at $90 per annum. In this crippled state, Mozambique has fallen under the siege of a host of foreign opportunists greedy to take advantage of a fragile status. The land grab is on. Under this pressure, the country's tourism potential is rapidly slipping away. Jim Blanchard is a free market libertarian. He is a man who likes to put his philosophy into action. This philosophy can be read in his book, Confessions of a Goldbug. In the 1970s, he created the National Convention for Monetary Reform in order to lobby for the USA to stay the gold standard and avoid currency debasement. Jim Blanchard is an internationally known businessman. While occupied running half a dozen unique and visionary business enterprises, he devotes significant time to worldwide adventure travel and third world business developments. In the 1970s, he founded the National Committee to Legalize Gold Ownership and is credited with the 1974 repeal of laws prohibiting U.S. citizens from owning gold. Since then, in addition to his heavy business schedule, he has devoted time to spreading the philosophy of free market capitalism around the world. Guided by the same principle, he backed the Renamo forces in 1986 to oppose the then Marxist Frelimo government. As the war continued, Jim's interest in Mozambique became a passion. His love for the country resulted in his pledge to become actively involved in the country once the war ended in this troubled land. This pledge is becoming a reality. In December 1994, a few months after the country's first democratic elections, he visited Mozambique. During his second visit in February 1995, he met the man he once opposed, President Joaquim Chissano, and explained his economic vision for the country. The government, inspired by this vision, asked James Ulysses Blanchard III to tackle the development of the 40,000-acre Santa Maria Mashangulu Peninsula, a vast wild area on the Indian Ocean, 12 minutes by air from the capital of Maputo. Blanchard Mozambique Enterprises was formed, and Jim quickly put together the best international team he could find to spearhead his project in Mozambique. As the project manager, he chose John Parrott, who he met on an expedition to the North Pole in 1988. John Parrott, an engineering graduate of Cal Berkeley and one-time U.S. Navy flyer, is a 30-year veteran with the world's largest construction company, Bechtel. He has been involved in a list of multi-million and billion-dollar projects in every continent on the globe but Antarctica. His assignments include ramrodding the $9 billion Alaskan pipeline and planning the re-entry into Kuwait after the Gulf War. John Parrott has spent 16 years working in Africa, including time spent fighting for the cause of the threatened Kalahari Bushmen. He is a hard-nosed construction stiff who has a record for kicking hiney and making things happen. This is a huge project to most. It's just business as usual to him. BME have selected an equally impressive group of consultants, led by Bechtel. The team includes Wimberley, Allison, Tong, and Gu, who are world leaders in the field of resort architecture and planning. They have been responsible for the design of the famous Lost City in South Africa and Bora Bora in Tahiti. The team's internationally experienced market analysts are Harworth, whose annual survey on the hotel and leisure industry is the industry's Bible.